Alright, so this is my final tweet, and the one word that I'm going to use to take away from this class, or what gotten from this class, is eye-opening. So this has a lot to do with seeing things from different people's perspectives and point of views and all that, and putting yourself into their shoes. And the big area that I've taken away from this class is the section that we learned about character. And after we learned about the whole character lesson and all that, I actually realized a lot of things about myself and why I am the way I am and why I do the things I do. It's kind of how I grew up, how I was raised, what my parents' morals and ethics were growing up, and very appreciative for being raised the way I was and being faced with the challenges that I was, because I've seen both playing fields as a good childhood and a bad childhood. But back to character, I always thought I was a little different because I would always go out of my way to give a helping hand or anything like that. You know, give the shirt off my back. A lot of my friends described myself as a very loyal friend growing up, and they still do to this day. And I never really understood what actually made me different from them and why that word and characteristic meant so much to me. And it's pretty much just, I don't know, encoded in my brain. It's just, I was born with it. I don't know, it wasn't something I was taught. You know, my parents were obviously, very big on respect and, treating the people how you'd want to be treated, but I always find myself going out of the way to do the extra hand or give an extra hand. Another thing I'm going to take away from this class is just kind of using every day as a chance to learn something new, to make a difference, to branch out, meet new people, and just pretty much try and develop relationships with people who are totally different from me. And I see that as very beneficial because you can learn so much from people who are a lot different from you, that have different beliefs, point of views, and all that, and just educates you more globally, you could say, and it'll help you out in the future. Um, this class that I took reminded me a lot about the LAMS class I took in the beginning of the semester through the Coast Guard, which is why I was a week late to class. It was a leadership and management school, and the big point that they wanted us to take away from this class was giving the person the benefit of the doubt, or just seeing their perspectives on things. And what we learned from there is how to be a great leader is, if say you have somebody that shows up late, as soon as they walk in the door, you don't just start yelling down their throat or yelling at them. You figure out why they're late, what's going on, state what time they're supposed to be there, and then you kind of pause and wait for the reaction. And they used an example on us to where they would bring in role players, and a guy would walk in late, and you were his supervisor, and you had to deal with the situation. We had one kid that just, as soon as he walked in, he started screaming down his throat and yelling at him and cussing at him, saying he's going to get written up. And the guy pretty much, the role player's excuses to why he was late was, on his way to work, there was a burning bus tipped over, and he had to help rescue all these kids, get off the bus safely. So that's just an example of, as to kind of what we learned from class is, giving the benefit of the doubt and putting yourself in another person's shoes, I guess you could say. Yeah, and that pretty much closes up my final tweet. My concept map about all this is just kind of what I just went over, was the character that I have and my personality characteristics and all that. Wasn't something I learned overnight. It's just something I was kind of born with, and they developed a little bit stronger and stronger as I got older, and realized what to do and what not to do, and how you can act and how you can't act through management schools, management classes, the military, all that. Dr. Aaron Andanero, I appreciate all your knowledge and wisdom I've learned from you. It's been fun. sitting in your classrooms, you definitely make things interesting, and go Gators.